Hello, it is dark. Yes. Today I will discuss culture. It's an interesting thing, you see, because we all have it, depending on where and when you grew up, and it is inextricably linked to all parts of your life. Socially, professionally, politically, everything. And since everyone has their own culture, and some cultural beliefs are axiomatically opposed from other ones, then, that's the root of all conflict, I suppose. And there are different ways to measure a culture's substance, what it consists of. To name a few and give comparisons, there's the degree to which a culture is individualistic and one that is culturally together, homogenous. What's the word? Collective, more collectivist. And the America, yeehaw, it's all about freedoms and individualism. I'd say it's the most individualism, even. And then one that is more collective is more of a Japan vibe, where everyone does their own thing together. And another degree that I find quite interesting is context. You see, you can have a high context or a low context. And having a high context is a little hard to describe, but it's like beating around the bush, not being very forward. And a low context is obviously the opposite of that, getting straight to the point. It depends by person. And I believe that generally, in the huge generalities, of which there are great difference in, but generally, men are more low context, women are more high context. And this seems fair because I feel like the majority of men that I am around often get straight to the point. At least, ones that I know that are, blue collar workers out in the field. Certainly low context. And I never had a way to put such an idea, and it had no definition for it. But now there's one that's cool. But there are certain beliefs culturally in societies that have differences systemically, to use my big boy words. And these differing beliefs is, the root of most conflict, are usually not the thing discussed, but symptoms of it. Now, I'm not one to give examples on such things, but I'm sure you can find your own. I mean, imagine you have two cultures that have differing beliefs on a certain subject, or not a certain subject, but on a certain, substance of their culture. And because of it, they quibble and quabble. Quibble quap. No. They disagree about it. But this disagreement is never like at the root. You know, it's always certain things that are more surface level. And let's say your belief about freedoms. In the Yeehaw Americas, there's a lot of freedom. But elsewhere, there is less of that. And some people prefer lesser freedoms due to their culture. And some people prefer greater freedoms due to the culture they were born in. And this fundamental difference creates a lot of conflict, as you could imagine. And that's something you could probably look into if you get like to the roots of it, and to like having a deeper conversation about it with someone. Unfortunately, people don't really have conversations nowadays, so that might be difficult. But best of luck to you. And well, that's all I've got for today. So, toodles.